Hey guys, if you are if you got bumped off, we are back together again. I'm sorry about that. I don't really know what happened. It's hard to say. Like it seems like they just dissed me. Yeah, meaning YouTube. Like they just decided they didn't care for me anymore. They don't like me. In any case, we are back live again, I believe. I'm showing up on YouTube for myself here. So we just finished putting some yellow on the background gun. I think it looks okay. I think it looks pretty good. Just checking my reference here. Drinking some fluids. All right. I wish this airbrush was working just a little better. I think the deal is that my finger is in the way. I'm affecting the needle, which is fairly sucky. Let me look around and see if I have this yellow and a marker. This setup right here is a bunch of markers that I've been working with. Just gotta find the one that's injury ochre. Not that one. Violet. Wonder where that guy went. Just got to poke around for a sec, see if I run across this marker. These guys are interesting. They're Montana empties. So I used a few. They worked out okay. They're a little bit too, they're too big really for what I wanted to use them for. I didn't even have any custom markers in here. It looks like a few. Nope. Okay. Let's see if I make one. We will find it within 2 seconds. Where the heck it got to. See if we got another one in here. Something we can use. Injury ochre. Definitely a color I have made a marker of. But, oh, this one's tan. Sounds like it hasn't been used in a bit. Seems to be working though. Just stick this guy in here. Alright, well. We need it, so maybe we'd better just make it. These are markers that I kind of decided I didn't need in this project right this moment. I'm trying to segregate my artwork a little better because I'm always overestimating how many markers I'm going to use. So real quick, we're going to make this injury ochre marker. Probably use up the rest of what's in this paint here. Something fell. Oh, just another marker over there. So like I said, we take these guys out. That's the capillary system in the nib. Right. Give your paint a good shake. Open her up. This the paint marker has a slot down the side so you can see how much paint you've put in. It does, of course, fill up and kind of disappear on you, which is not a hugely positive part of it. I got to put this reducer in a better bottle. It never drips very good in here. So I don't know, I put like maybe 7 drops in there. Probably could fit a little bit more paint actually. Oops. got to be careful not to overfill it. Very, very easy to overfill it because it looks like, oh yeah, there's tons of room, but you got to fit your capillary system in, and it takes up some space. So. I don't know how it got so slippery. There we go. All right, so now we just put the nib back in. Cap it up. Give it a good shake. We'll use the box. So then you see your nib. It's clean. So we just start pushing it here on the box. And what we're doing is sticking our felt nib through the capillary system into the paint. And now you see it's loaded up and good to go. What were we getting this for? It seemed to me that it would be easier to paint in the handle here with a marker than the airbrush. Right? So let's go ahead and see what happens. We might want to use the airbrush to dry it off because it does look a little bit wet. It will be drying pretty quick, but I think we'll use the airbrush to dry it a little quicker. You don't want to jam air on it because then you'll blow the paint all over the marker all over the place. Kind of think this marker needs to be shaken a little more. It looks like there's some water sitting up top, or just water reducer. Definitely on the top of the handle here, looks like it got way too wet. Doesn't really look like it's interested in drying either. See? You can see the paint that's sitting here, which is weird and not cool. That does not usually happen with a brand new marker. Usually they hold up pretty good. In fact, the problem usually with a paint marker, with a new custom marker, is getting the paint to come out. Using reducer is kind of a fairly new thing for me. Maybe I use too much, that's definitely possible. That's why I'm trying to shake it in, so that we can get in there. Make sure that it's not going to be too wet every time I use it. That doesn't make any sense. That's not going to help me. All right. Okay. Now that we were talking about this spot right here, yikes! I don't know how much you guys can see it. But here, the metal of the handle turns a little corner here. So we need it to, damn man, this marker is way too wet. All right, I think we're gonna see if we can pour just a little more paint in here because it is definitely too wet. Can't put much because we got it filled up like right to the top pretty much. That's about 6 drops, which is probably too much. Oh, where'd the nib go? Oh, jeez. Hold this thought, you guys. Just gotta look around for my nib. have more nibs, but nothing's more inconvenient than losing something so tiny. You know what I mean, guys? You know what I mean? Where'd you go, little nib? Gotta pay attention and push it in a little bit more before you shake it. No. Looks like I lost the damn thing. Oh, this is one of the #1 reasons to invest in some additional nibs. Oops, wrong bag. Also the wrong bag. Alright. Alright, get another 2mm out of here. Now see, if I didn't have backup nibs, I'd be done now, because I need to use this marker, and I just threw the nib over my shoulder. So, so I'd be in, I'd be kind of dead in the water, where if you buy a bunch of these, and not a lot of money, I think the 2 packs are like maybe $4. Which, I don't know, maybe that is a lot. I don't know. Maybe. Seems like it might be a lot. There we go. Let's try to put the cover on before we throw it over our shoulder this time. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta start this guy again because it's a new nib. Alright, let's see how this one looks. Well, we'll give it a try. So now we're going to back up a little bit. So let's see if we can, work on this curved thing that I noticed I had missed. Oh, damn it. Got a little of the yellow on there. Yeah, so this curved section that I realized I had missed. Can you guys see it? Sometimes I feel like I can't even see it to work on it. Everybody online says multiple lights. I'm working with 6 here. 6 lights seems like a lot. Definitely not going on anything like opaque and dry, so I don't know, I might have screwed this marker up, because that ain't gonna work. Let's just take it off. All right. When this happens, you basically have to pour the marker out and fill it again. The problem with that is keeping the ball bearing from falling out. There's a bearing in here. So the hope is if you don't drop it, you can just put paint in again. All right, so that's most of it. See if this time we can do it right. Hole in the side is not going to help this time because we've messed it all up. Okay, so this time it's almost totally airbrush paint. Okay, try this guy again. This is a new mix. Because it does seem like if we can make it work, this would be a good color. Oh, still getting bubbles out of it. Let's see what we get out of this. Our piece of paper that I was using is now way over here. Still pretty wet. Let's see what happens. I don't think that's going to work. I wonder if I have other color I could use. It's kind of a burnt yellow kind of thing. Burnt yellow. Brown. Yellow ochre has kind of always been one of my favorite colors. This one's kind of a little browner ochre. Let's take a look at what this guy looks like. Yeah, he's a little on the yellow side. So this shouldn't really be this bright, but I'm guessing once this dries a little, it'll fade back some. All right. Don't drop your ruler, dude. So here we definitely got a lot of yellow. We'll just push it down a little bit with this paper towel. Try not to spread it really, and just try to push it down, because this whole area here is made of the same material as this part of the gun, and is supposed to have pretty similar coloration. So we gotta have it make sense here. I think what's going to help that is going to be some black paint. Now, remember I said don't try to make black work on top of wet paint? It's a good piece of advice right there. Because it doesn't like it. It does not like it. Sometimes you have to switch up markers because it doesn't want to play. Oh, most of the markers I'm using are Maltau. These are Unapasca, another really, really good marker. To pull a stop on this part of the gun. Alright, same over here. That guy would be a little too thick for this task right here, which is just going to be to put a black line through here. Now this marker is ink as opposed to paint, so it might not like this. It is permanent ink, so I believe that it will stay, but I don't know if it's going to look as cool as I want it to. So we got this ochre brown, but kind of want something a little more yellow. We're using the ill-fated yellow ochre marker, right? Yeah. Just a little along the very edge here. Just clean up this edge a little. Well, I don't know. Seems like this marker was a failure. I don't know what I did wrong. Always good to try to learn what mistakes you've made and why you've made them. You know what I mean? Like, right? Not gonna lie, you guys, I'm having a hard time seeing this thing. I don't know why that is. Alright. So I'll get through here and that guy's coming out a little quick. Kind of okay when it comes to things like rust. You know, it doesn't matter too much. think this back gun's getting more than a little muddy. Don't like that. Don't like that. Nope. I'm gonna break out a different airbrush, see what kind of trouble we can get into. So this airbrush right here is also a Grex, and it's a tiny, tiny, tiny unit. I don't think I've used this this cup on it before. We're gonna give it a shot, see what kind of trouble we can get into with this one. All right, what I'm looking for is to use to create a little gray. I feel like we made a good gray the other day. Good gray the other day. In any case, before we start, I want to see if this guy is spraying. Don't think I've really used this a whole heck of a lot. It's very nice. Has a friggin' gigantic reservoir on it. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is single action. We want it way in. So it does a small... It's double action, but well, it's not. It's a single action. Alright, so we want it to be... Let's take a look at what we get there. I don't think there's anything in it. Let's take a look. Seems to work okay. We just want to get a little gray in there. Wicked black. Seems like my wicked blacks are really wicked dry. Oh, this guy doesn't feel like coming out. So we'll try the other one. That one might just be too new. This one has the kind of cap I can use to mix with again. Pretty pale. Yeah, still pretty pale. This is an old airbrush needle. This guy here is an old airbrush needle. It's good to use to mix a little. Still looks a bit dark. So now it looks a bit dark since we had it too white a minute ago. Try that again. Hey, good idea not to put your paint on the artwork that you're trying to create. Alright, got that mixed up pretty good. Still looks a little dark. Now she's deciding she's not interested in helping me. I feel like this guy's throw really, really wide. Really wide. He might not be the best guy for the job. Yeah, that looks really, really wide. And I'm worried if we, whoa, spray it all over the place. One of the things that's cool about this airbrush is you can push it down lightly and get some, get a speckly spray out of it. But I feel like it's way, way too big for what we're asking it to do here. So we're going to have to try something else. I forgot the size needle that's in this airbrush. Luckily I have one more, and if that doesn't work, we'll swap over what we have the black in. Alright, gotta get a new paper towel since that one is pretty gross. One more airbrush in here. I'm not sure. Haven't used it in a while. Like I said, always dropping something. See what happens. Oh, that's not good. Man, what is the deal with dropping everything? Of course, that part was really, really exceptionally important. Doesn't seem like that airbrush is going to work with us. Oh, there it is. Since it seems to be at least a little clogged somewhere. Okay, this guy's got no problem over here. Looks like it's probably the end of the, there's a tiny little piece here that holds the needle, and if your needle has a bend in it or there's anything going on with it, that's usually a good place to check. But sometimes that helps to jag a little paint out. This is a an Iwata Revolution CR. Pretty cool airbrush, you know. It's a little on the simpler side than my bigger brush there. Seems like a sticky trigger. There's my trigger lubricant. Oh, maybe that was it. It was stuck down. Nah, this needle is stuck. This is just water. Sometimes it helps, you know. Does not want to work with us though, so let's go ahead and get the water out. Put this guy down. Oh. Bend the needle right now by hitting my coffee cup with it, I'm sure. That airbrush is going to need a full disassemble and reassemble due to the fact that it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Alright, this one we want to put our crown cap back on. This one has our yellow in it, which we used a little too much here today. Getting there though. So now we know this one is working, is small enough, it's doing the job. This is the one that we have black in. So I think that if we get rid of the black that we have in there and add some white, we'll probably get something close to the color that we were hoping to get to fix the other gun. This is just some water in here. All right. So there is obviously some black in here. Oops. You know me, dropping something. Table closer. Maybe I'll stop dropping things. All right, so all I'm doing is adding, oh, this guy doesn't sound good. It sounds suspiciously like there's nothing in it. Let's try this one. I don't know if there's anything in there either. Oh, definitely dusty. That doesn't want to work. Wonder why this doesn't want to shake. All right. Tell ya, when it rains it pours, guys. Nobody wants to work with me. I don't think there's anything in here except air. Oh, yeah, gave up the ghost. Nothing left. I think we got enough though. All right. All I'm looking for here is a little gray. All right. Let's see what we got out of there. Get our cap on. Not the right one. A little bit of something else. Doesn't seem like there's really any paint in here. I think that we're going to need to put a little airbrush paint in because the marker paint faded on us. All right. Okay. It's too thin now. Going on here, buddy? Looks pretty white. Pretty white. Don't want it to be too light because then it'll make the back, just make it not be able to see the back gun because it'll just blend in. I am kind of thinking of doing some kind of edging around it, like a stroke, just to see if that'll work. Come on, silly thing. Looks like maybe that's working. Yeah, just a little on the dry side. Let's put our cap on here. think we're gonna come up under here. We want the shadow, but we just want to push it back a little bit, you know? See, now it's like coming out totally white. That's not what I want at all. Okay. Okay. Kind of fine with the other gun blocking a lot of this one. What I'm not fine with is it being completely invisible. This at least gives us a chance to, you know, be able to create something. You know, kind of chase the shadow here. And then we need that little turn around the back. Actually, this part right here isn't a turn. Maybe do it. It really is right here. Okay. Well, that helped. I think that definitely helped our gray situation. All right. So definitely need a lot darker stuff over here. Now that we got a lot of that gun in there. Color we got in here again? Oh yeah, white. Don't think there's really much that we can highlight. There's not much that we can really work on to highlight with this light gray that we're working with here. Just want to push back all the black that's in here messing with us. Clean line, it's good. Over there, just the smallest amount. Just a little, you know, there in the middle. Maybe bring it up just a little. So that it appears to ride the whole middle of the beam here. Alright. next thing is we just want to push the, this yellow here. I think we need to do something to help him. Unlike this, it seems like this yellow really held on. And this yellow here not holding on quite as well. Keep trying this, our maid marker, and the old girl doesn't want to work with us. I think that she hates me. Totally hates me. Hold on one sec on that guy. I think that's part of it, is that it's not opaque. I'm going to grab a little more paint. Hold on one sec, guys. Oops. I think that one I have is the one from over here. All right, you guys. Not sure what I knocked over, but hopefully it's not a big deal. All right. This is yellow ochre. Airbrush wasn't working with us. This guy worked okay yesterday. Let's see how he does today. Great. All right. So the same deal with this one is oops, hold on one sec, gotta get my reference out here. Oops, not full screen. Okay, right, there we go. All right, so in this one, like in the last two, is airbrush cleaner. Just want to pump it through here. Looks like that's pretty much it. That's the sound we're looking for, and then we just throw a little water in there. All right. I really like this airbrush. It feels big. It feels like really big for everything. You know, it just feels really big all the time. My reducer go. Is that what I knocked off? probably. Okay. We got yellow ochre in here. Maybe about a 30-40% reduction on it. Okay. All right, so I want all of this yellow in here. You guys see this? See, the problem is I feel like just can't see this yellow against the black. So maybe the deal is we should spray it a little gray in this area. Well, you need air, dude. Why is that not working? Okay. This airbrush, even though it looks like this, is a double action airbrush. It's single action, and then the paint comes after that spot. So I'm hoping this gray will hold up the yellow a little bit. Let us be able to see it. Right. Starting to look like the other side, I feel like. We got to make this a really clean yellow line here of just yellow like we did on the other side. Probably going to have to use the other unit for that. Like our yellow here. This is definitely one of my favorite colors, but this marker is just not working. Like, it is way too wet. Okay. Wish I had a Q-tip. I think I got one here. Yeah. Really need it to have like a minimum amount of cotton on it. And we don't want any frays hanging out because they're gonna mess with you. So now we got our fearless friend lobster. I did find some lobster airbrush paint. So I think one of the next things we'll do is use that lobster to try to create a little bit more rust. You know, I feel like through here, this color has helped to create a kind of rusty look to this part of the gun, and I like that. I do think we're gonna have to bring out these screws again. Okay. Right. I think this guy is the guy with our gray in it, right? A little too big. Okay. Okay. See what we got left in here. A little bit. A little of this real dark gray that we're using. See if there's anywhere else I need it. right, you guys, so this is where we got to today. We did a lot of the yellow, a lot of gray cleanup. We worked over here in the yellow on this side. I think it's coming along. I like what's happening with it. I think that finding the lobster was a big deal. It seems like that's helping kind of a lot. We'll see as we go how much it winds up working or not. I also would say that smudging on leather, on this particular leather, doesn't seem like it's working quite as well as it has on the top of this leather or on the other leather that we did, that I did, which is this one. This was a really large and significant Cthulhu painting that I did live. So anyway, that's about it for today, you guys. It is 5:20, and we've done 2 hours together. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being with me, and I appreciate you sticking with me after after the weird fade out that YouTube gave us. In any case, how about you guys come by and hang out with me tomorrow? I'll be here at the same time from 3 to 5, and we will be. I'm not sure. I don't really know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to wrap these guns up tonight or tomorrow. And then we'd probably be building the next stencil. Excuse me. All right, you guys, I'm going to head out, and I will catch up with you guys next time. Anybody has any comments or thoughts, please throw them on the comments over on my page, or you can email me through YouTube or Facebook at Greenhouse Graphics.